Hi, welcome to Camlish.com. I'm teacher Emmy and I'm going to be your teacher in learning the English language easily. The title of our book is Classroom English. This is a practical guide to teaching English through English. Now let's start our discussion on page 260. Okay, so on this page you can see we're already on the ninth part of our book, which is English for Teaching Reading. Okay, we have here lesson 80, pre-reading activity. 81 is reading activity 1, 82 is activity 2, 83 is reading activity 3, 84 is using scheming to predict content, 85 is reading with questioning 1, and 86 is reading with questioning 2. Now let's start our lesson here on lesson number 80, which is pre-reading activity. Okay, now we have here below the teacher's language overview. Starting from the first one, let's read. We're going to do something before we read the text. Let's read the title together. What do you think the text is about? You can tell me in Korean. What do you see in the first picture? How about the picture on page 24? So, who do you guess the special friends are? Well, let's read the text and find out. Okay, so that's the teacher's language on that part. Now let's start reading the dialogue. And the dialogue starts with the teacher speaking. Let's read. Today, we're going to do something before we read the text. Let me write the title on the board. And then the teacher writes the title Special Friends on the board. Okay, everyone, let's read the title together. And then the students read the title aloud with the teacher. Alright, what do you think the text is about? Student 1 said, Good friends. Teacher? Okay, any other guesses? You can tell me in Korean. Student 2 said, Teacher, okay, well, open your books to the text on page 23. Let's look at the pictures. What do you see in the first picture? Inho? Inho said, Sung-soo is writing a letter. Teacher, yes, Sung-soo is writing a letter. Can you guess what he's thinking about? Jisoo. Then Jisoo said, Teacher, how about the picture on page 24? Gina? Gina said, Tom is writing a letter. Teacher, and what's he thinking about, maybe? Gina said, Teacher, so who do you guess the special friends are? Dong-soo. Dong-soo said, Pen pals. Teacher, pen pals? Well, let's read the text and find out. After they read the text, why do you think we guessed about the content of the text before we read it? And then the students answer in Korean. Teacher, in English or Korean? Right. Guessing about the content of the text ahead of time will help us think more deeply when we read. Okay, so that's the end of the dialogue part. Now let's study the other expressions. Starting with number 1, we're going to do something before we read the text. Okay, you can also say, let's try something new before we read. Number 2, we have here, let's read the title together. In a question form, you can say, why don't we read the title together? Or let's take a moment and read the title together. Number 3, we have, what do you think the text is about? What might the text be talking about? Or can you guess what the text is about? What do you think the text might be about? Okay. We have here number 4, you can tell me in Korean. Say it in Korean. Make a guess in Korean or take a guess in Korean. Number 5, we have here the question, what do you see in the first picture? in a sentence form, it goes like this. Tell me what you see in the first picture, or look at the first picture and tell me what you see. Okay, number 6. So, who do you guess the special friends are? Another way of asking that is, so, who might the special friends be? So, can you try to guess what this text is all about? So, what do you think this text may be talking about? Or, so what's your guess about the meaning of special friends? Okay, so those are the other expressions that we can also use in the dialogue part. And here below you can check out the Korean translation of the dialogue that we've just read. And we also have here an important note that you need to read. Strategy training for top-down and bottom-up reading. And here's the continuation of that part. You can see your scheming, top-down, collocations. So these are some things interactive. So these are some things that you really need to read about. Okay? So that will be all for this video. Thank you for listening. Again, I'm Teacher Emmy. See you in our next video lesson. Goodbye.